Hi everyone, Boomer here for Dream Giveaway Garage. And if you're a fan of the Cadillac CTS-V or you're just a fan of high horsepower muscle cars, boy do we have a treat for you today. I'm standing here with our 2018 Cadillac CTS-V Championship Edition. We're talking a 640 horsepower monster. It's loaded with tech, it's loaded with carbon fiber. It is one of 162 that were ever made. Only 86 were made in the white tri-coat. So it is an amazing car. So we're gonna go bumper to bumper on this car and under the hood. So let's go ahead and get started. Underneath the hood of this Cadillac CTS-V is the LT4. It's 640 horse, 630 foot-pounds of torque, and yes, it is supercharged. This is a supercharged car. Amazing combination. This is the same motor that comes in your ZL1 1LE Camaro. It is a track-focused monster. Of course, this does have the dynamic suspension on it. It's got everything that you want to see. This is a real, no kidding, carbon fiber hood. Not one of those fake knockoff things, a real carbon fiber hood to help keep the weight down on this car. Of course, also up underneath here, you see that it's got a lot of carbon fiber and the brushed aluminum under here. Really cool pieces. Those are from our friends at ACC, American Carcraft, and they've done this up very tastefully. It's a little bit of red lights. It's got the red lit up supercharger across the stiffening bar up here. Just a really, really neat setup. And this is hooked to an 8-speed automatic transmission, and it does have the drive modes in it. It's got a sport mode, it's got a track mode, it's got a slippery mode, and it's got a normal mode. This is a 2018 Championship Edition, the IMSA Championship Edition. And it comes with these really cool stripes on the hood. They're white, silver, and a burgundy. All right, as I said up front, this is a 2018 Championship Edition CTS-V. In 2017, Cadillac was racing in the IMSA Championship. They won it all. They took the manufacturers, they took the driver, they took everything. So they wanted to come out, that was in 2017. So they wanted to come out in 2018 with this Championship Edition to commemorate that. And what you get for that is some really, really neat stuff that makes this a very special car. First of all, you get the carbon fiber front spoiler on this car. Really, really nice piece. And all of the stuff on here is real carbon fiber. You get this stripe package that comes on the car. It says IMSA 2017 Championship Edition. Don't let that fool you. This is a 2018. 2017 is when they won the IMSA Championship. All right. Also, you get the red painted mirrors. You get some red stuff inside, and I'll talk about that here in a minute. You get this beautiful chrome grille on the car. Let me walk around the side here, show you what's going on. You get these really cool Cadillac rims, and they're 19s all the way around. On the front, you get two 95 35 19s, and on the rear, you get two 95 30 19s. I love the grille here. That's a heat extractor for your brakes. It actually works. Yes, this car has specially monogrammed Brembo brakes on it. So the calipers, both front and rear, are red. They're embossed with the CTS-V logo. You get these really cool red mirrors. You get a full-length sunroof as we work on back, of course, there. And you get a rear spoiler that is also in full carbon fiber. And down here, you get the carbon fiber rear diffuser. And we'll talk more about that when we get to the back of the car. But we're talking about a car here that'll go 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds and has a top speed of 200 miles an hour. This is not your father's Cadillac. This is a technological race car wrapped up in really, really pretty clothing. So, that said, let's take a look on the inside of this car. All right, inside this Cadillac, I can't say it's all standard Cadillac because it's really not. I mean, let's start with the seats. These are Recaro sport seats with Alcantara and leather, and yes, they're power. Tell you what, it's hard to find these Recaros in power, but these are beautiful, and they've got the big CTS-V emblem up in the back rests on these things. Absolutely gorgeous. One of the other really cool things about this car is the carbon fiber they used on the inside. The carbon fiber that runs across the dash here, comes over here. You've got carbon fiber down the door panels here that go around your door handles. That is a special carbon fiber that actually has a red weave woven into it. So it's not just your standard gray and black carbon fiber. It is really, really neat looking. Gives the whole interior a little pop. And of course, the red on the door panels, the red on the dash, the red on your console here, that is all part of that Championship Edition package. Very cool. Of course, you do have a full sunroof in this car. It's the full length one. Of course, it's all power. Really, really neat stuff. Of course, windows. This is a four-door car. There's your shifter, your shift mode. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start the car up and let you see some of this. But I wanted to let you know as well, the one thing we did change on this car was we talked to our friends at Corsa, and Corsa provided us with a exhaust system for this car. It is a little bit louder than stock, but it also flows a lot better. It does away with the baffles that were in there. So this thing sounds really nice when you start it up now. So let's go ahead and start her up. People that are next to you are going to know that this isn't a stock Cadillac. This isn't something they're normally used to seeing. All right. Of course, center console, everything is electronically controlled in here. Very neat stuff. You do have, if you hit your home button, you've got everything up here you can choose from. You've got your radio, and this is a Bose stereo system that's in this. It sounds wonderful. You can connect your phone. You've got nav, your climate controls all up here. It does have Apple CarPlay. It has Android Auto in it. It's got all kinds of neat stuff. You can control your rear seat climate, your cameras, all that kind of good stuff. Really cool. Now the gauges on this car are really neat too. So when you're in your normal mode, it lets you set it up however you want. So it's a dark face, but when you go to your mode settings here, you go up and start going through your modes. You go, that's touring. Go to sport mode. There we go. Sport mode comes up, and it changes your tack to white, which is really cool. Now it's white with a red sweep on it. And then when you go to track, same thing. It changes that up to white. Changes your display just a little bit, shows you that you're in track mode, and it allows you then, by accessing here, it allows you to get in here and look at your performance traction, your active handling, and your chassis mode, and it allows you to change those based on what you're driving in. And this does have a manual mode. There's a little M button right in the middle of your shifter here, and once you put the car into drive, all right, I'll put it in drive real quick. All right, push that M button, and it comes up and tells you up here that you're now in manual mode, and it will tell you what gear you're in. And then you can use these paddle shifters right here. The one under your right hand is shift up, the one under your left hand is shift down, and that's made so that if you wanted to drive this, you know, on a racetrack or at a little autocross, you want to take it out to an autocross and do that, you can do that with this car because it is set up to do that. The suspension on this is not a full race suspension, but it is a race-like setup suspension. So when you put it into track mode, it does get nice and stiff, and it drives really, really super well. Now that we're standing back here behind the car, there's a few things that I wanted to show you that are really worth mentioning. First one is this beautiful all carbon fiber rear spoiler. It is beautiful, wraps all the way around, and of course it's got the third light, brake light integrated into it. Really nice. And of course the rear diffuser as well in full carbon fiber. Very nice piece. And then you've got the Corsa exhaust on it. This is a Corsa Extreme exhaust. It is an axle back system. So it replaces the one giant can muffler you had in here with 2 individual mufflers. It does replace the baffles that were in there, so they don't turn on and off anymore. It's only got one setting, and that is that semi-loud setting that comes on this car. Has these really nice brushed aluminum tips on them. Really, really nice. And then of course, this is a Cadillac. So when you open the trunk, it is cavernous back here. I think I've had apartments that weren't this big. So really, really beautiful, beautiful setup. All right, this is one beautiful CTS-V. So let's go ahead and wrap this car up. Hope you enjoyed our tour today of this 2018 Cadillac CTS-V Championship Edition. And now comes the time for you to do your part. Go to www.dreamgiveaway.com, make a donation to one of our 8 great charities, and you're going to be in it to win this beautiful CTS-V. And not only that, we're going to pay $17,000 to the federal government to pay the taxes on this car. That's right, it's yours scot-free. All you got to do is register it. So remember, go to www.dreamgiveaway.com and you will be in it to win this beautiful CTS-V Cadillac. See you next time.